Hello, my friends, and welcome to the November release at La La Land Crafts. And I have all of the release products right here in front of me. So we are going to quickly kind of run through them all because I'd love to show you everything that came in this release. And we've got some new 6x6 paper packs. Gorgeous. So we've got Little Merry Christmas here, and it's beautiful colors, perfect paper, love it. We've got Christmas Hodgepodge, and these all come with 24 double-sided sheets in them, and then Blue Christmas, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to use these papers not only on these things, because you're going to see a whole bunch of projects from me this month, and I'm going to be using them on some non-Christmas stuff as well. So we're going to start here with Christmas Postcard, and this is one of the big stamp sets, and it's the red rubber, so it's that nice, beautiful, big, thick red rubber stamps, and it's got all these little postcards and then all the little postmarks. Absolutely gorgeous. And let me grab this here. This is the stencil set. So this is a new one, and I don't know if you guys know that they have layering stencil sets over at La La Land Crafts, but if you haven't seen them, they are absolutely wonderful to work with. We're going to go through our stamp sets. So if you are a club subscriber, some of these are going to look familiar to you because, as you know, if you are a club subscriber, eventually those are going to come out. We have Snow Amazing, A Caroling We Go. Aren't these just the cutest little things ever? The mice. Oh my gosh, I love them. And then Dear Santa. So these are the new clear stamps that are out, along with one of them was from one of the club subscriptions. I can't remember exactly which one it was. The one with all the camping stuff. So here's some of the new dies. We've got this gorgeous door and this staircase. We've got the fireplace. And those two wood pieces that are kind of off to the side around that door right here, those are part of the mantle for the fireplace. On this one here, we've got an antique window. We've got the wreath with the bow. We have a chimney with the snow. We've got the trees and the little horse and carriage. That antique window is gorgeous, by the way. Here we've got the lantern and the large and small camper, along with the campfire and the marshmallow. And then we've got the doilies and the mason jar and the, can't remember what it's called, but the doily strip. So I'm going to start with Cozy Molly, and each one of the design team members is assigned 3 of the new products on release week. So here are my 3 that I have been assigned. I've got the Snow Amazing, I've got Cozy Molly, and Santa Mona. So you're going to see just Cozy Molly today, and then I'm going to make a project with Mona and the Snow Amazing set for the next couple days. So I'm going to start with just an A2 size card base, and I took this really beautiful kind of a night's snow sky paper, and that came from the Christmas Hodgepodge set. And I cut that down to be exactly the same size as my card base. I don't want any white card showing around the outside, and so I'm just going to attach this straight down to my card. I want to line it up so there's no white edge. And that is my background for my little scene here. And then these are all the pieces I'm going to use all cut out. So I used the door and the stitched trees, the wreath, the bows. I'm using the mantle, the wooden mantle piece as a door stoop. Just kind of use what you got, right? And I'm just going to kind of start playing. I forgot that I was going to use this other piece as my backdrop, so I'm kind of lining things up, and then I realized this isn't where I want it to be, so I'll stop here in a second. And then I used a stitched rectangle die to cut out another one of the pieces from that same pack, the Christmas Hodgepodge, and I'm going to layer that on top of my nighttime sky. And that's just to give it kind of a bright background so you can see everything really well. And now I'm going to line up my door frame, and my door stoop. Then I'm going to add my door. So the door I'm going to place down straight. All of these pieces that I cut out, with the exception of the Desert Storm, is all from the paper pack, the same paper pack. So that all of these papers are in that Christmas Hodgepodge. This happens to be the Desert Storm, and I just liked the contrast. I wanted something kind of light but not white to go around each one of these pieces. So I cut out the door, which comes with that door frame, and both out of the Desert Storm and out of the red plaid. And now to pop up each one of the panels inside of the door, I'm going to use the pieces from the Desert Storm on the inside. I also took one of those and I cut it in half to make little pots. I also used some antique, I think it was vintage photo I used on the Desert Storm. And then I used the soot, the black soot on the plaid, as you know, just to kind of darken up the edges. So I'm going to plant my little trees in the little pots on the sides of the doors. And then we're going to place the bows. The bows came from the wreath die, and they're going to go at the bottom of each one of the trees. Now we're going to start building the door, and I want to give the panels a little bit of dimension, so I'm going to add the Desert Storm behind each one of the red panels that are, so they kind of look like they're raised a little bit. And like I said, these ones I did put the black soot around the outside. And now for the top, I was going to do the same thing at the top. As you can see, I used the soot around the triangle pieces at the top, and then I decided to just leave it as the Desert Storm because I realized they're windows and they're not gonna they're not gonna be the same. So I'll just wipe the glue off and just leave them as Desert Storm because I think that looks better. Now I'm going to place my wreath right in the middle. Kind of hang that from my door after I fluff it up. So I cut the wreath out 4 times, twice from 2 different greens that were in that same Hodgepodge pack, and then just kind of mishmashed them together and fluffed them up to make it look like a nice fluffy wreath. And I'm going to attach it to the door and place the bow. I took the bow and I decided to give it a little bit of dimension, so I brought in my stylus and just kind of went around the back side of it to pop it up just to give it a little bit of dimension. And now I've got my Cozy Molly, which is all colored in. I used Copic markers on her, and I'm going to pop her up right in front of the door. And then that is one of the sentiments that comes in her stamp, and she's a red rubber stamp, by the way. So Keep Cozy is one of them. And now I want to add a little bit of bling to my card here. So I'm going to take some these are clear sparkling gems, and I'm going to place them on my card. And also, I didn't do it in the film, but then when I finished, I realized that I wanted some like little ornaments on my wreath, so I took some gold sequins and I attached those also, that you'll see that in the close-up picture at the end of this. So that's pretty much it, and I will show you a close-up with the sequins, and I will see you again tomorrow, and where we will use Snow Amazing. You'll see a project with Snow Amazing, and then the rest of the month you're going to see lots of projects from me using all of the new products from La La Land Crafts. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.